If all these changes go into effect, I really don't think I could keep my YouTube channel going. It just wouldn't be good for me. Hey guys, it's appleminte. Welcome back again to my channel. Now today's video is very, very different from what I normally make. I had a fun video planned for today, but with the disaster and mess that is happening on YouTube right now, or I guess going to happen on YouTube, I really feel it's important to talk about it, let you guys know what's going on, and tell you how it's going to affect me, how it's going to affect you, and what we can potentially do to stop it. Basically, the FTC, which is a part of the government, fined YouTube $170 million for having targeted ads on their platform, specifically when children were watching. Parents had an issue with the fact that children were on YouTube watching videos and they were having advertisements targeted toward them. When I say targeted ad, what I mean is YouTube is a part of Google. Google collects your browsing data and information on everything that you do on their platform. So say you've been online shopping for shoes, the next time you watch a YouTube video, you might have a higher chance of seeing an advertisement for a shoe website or shoe service. But under the COPPA law, showing these types of advertisements to people, specifically children, is problematic. And because children go on YouTube, they're getting the brunt of the targeted ads just as everybody else on the platform does. The COPPA law is being revisited by the government and re-looked at in today's terms. Now, these changes that the FTC wants to make to the COPPA law are where the problems lie, because they are not changing it in a way that is going to help the problem at hand. Basically, here's what is going to happen. YouTube is going to implement a system for us creators where we need to mark our videos as for kids or not for kids. Now, you might be saying, well, what does that mean? Well, the FTC doesn't really know either, because that is a really, really vague term, as in what is for kids. They've been using the terms child appealing content, which a lot of things are appealing to children. Oh, there are so many layers to this issue. I'm gonna be talking for a little while. Some of the things that the FTC has stated clearly as child appealing content includes and is not limited to anything with pets, any type of educational content where you're learning something, any type of toy channel, or anything with slime. This also includes gaming channels, and this affects arts and crafts channels such as myself. Now you might say, Apple, your videos are not for kids, they're for anybody who loves art, and you would be right. However, the FTC with this COPPA law does not care about our intent when making the video. When I make an art video, I make it family friendly, meaning I don't curse in any of my videos, and I try to make them pretty simple to follow, as in I describe my art process. The FTC does not care that I make my videos for everyone and I don't directly make them for children. The FTC does not care that my main audience is actually mostly between the ages of 13 and 24, which would not be considered a child. They don't care that I believe art and crafts as a whole are for anyone and not just kids, and that I'm not targeting my videos toward any specific age at all. What they care about is that my videos are about the subject of art, meaning that in their eyes, they believe it is appealing to kids, meaning that it's for kids. This appealing to kids rule is extremely vague. Like I said, it pretty much covers most of the content here on YouTube, but it's not only limited to the content, it's also enveloping things that are really, really, really difficult to get around. It's going to look at our videos full of saturated colors. Well, look, I've got all these markers behind me and they're colorful, and all my videos are very bright and colorful because I do art, and they need to be, right? Because art is colorful and eye-catching most of the time. So that's a problem. They're gonna look at, well, is there characters in your videos? So if I do a video where I draw Pokemon, if I do a video where I do fan art, maybe of a Disney character or something that would be considered popular with children, that could be flagged as for kids as well. Other things that can be flagged are the words that we say. If I'm saying phrases that are deemed as things for kids, as well as words and things in general that most people say, like the words whatever or duh, because this is child slang in their eyes. And I'm not making this stuff up. I'm getting this directly from the long document that has all of the information in this. I can link it below for you, but it's ridiculous. And also the music that plays in the background. So you know I like to have some music in the background of my videos. If they deem it as too childlike or too kid-like, that's also for kids. YouTube is implementing their algorithm to look at all of this, and they've actually already started. If YouTube went through and did a sweep of your channel and said that a few videos were for kids, but then they didn't mark a bunch of other ones, it does not mean that those videos are safe. It ultimately is up to us as the creators to go through our videos and mark which ones are for kids and which ones are not for kids. And I'm going to get into why that is really problematic as well. Before I tell you the issues with the whole flagging thing, I'm going to tell you a little bit about the consequences of all of this, because you might be thinking, okay, well, having your video marked as being for kids, that's not so bad, right? It's just a title. No, this is a huge issue, and this is why I might not be able to do YouTube anymore, and it is also the reason why many of your other favorite YouTubers, whether it's in the arts and crafts community or not, might be in the same boat as I am. It is my pleasure, I wish I could say, to tell you the list of things that'll happen to videos that are marked as for kids. The first thing that will happen to these videos is that the comment section will be turned off, meaning that you cannot comment to me and tell me what you think about my video or give me ideas for new videos or anything you want to say to me. You can't anymore. And I cannot reply because there's no comment section, so we can't have a conversation anymore. That is a huge detriment in my opinion, because talking to each other, or at least like when I read the comments, it gives me great feedback on what you guys want to see or what you guys think. And I also like responding to your comments. Another thing that YouTube will do is that that video will no longer be recommended. So if you're watching other art videos, let's say, if my video is marked as for kids, it won't show up in your sidebar as another recommended video. It just won't be there. And to add to that, it also won't show up in search results, which I think is pretty crazy, because how are you supposed to find a video if you can't see it in the recommended and you can't see it in the search results? And another thing, before I get into the biggest issue with all of this, is that videos marked as for kids will no longer give you a notification. So if I post a video, you're not going to get notified. Even if you have the bell turned on, you're not going to get notified that I created a video and posted it, and you're just going to have to know to check my channel. But as if that wasn't all enough to try and kill my YouTube channel as a whole, any video that is marked as for kids will have the targeted ads on it removed completely. Not just for kids, just for everybody watching your video. And what that means, there's different kinds of advertisements that are played on videos. There are just plain regular advertisements, and then there are the targeted advertisements. Companies who pay YouTube to have their advertisements played are paying way more for targeted ads, because obviously these are the advertisements that are going to go toward people that might be more interested in that specific topic, so therefore could lead for more sales for them. So those are more expensive, they pay more, but those ads make up 90% of a video's revenue. So if a video of mine is marked as for kids, I lose 90% of the revenue on it. I'm only making 10% of whatever the video makes. So I'll give you an example. Let's say you walk into work and you're making $10 an hour. Well, the next day you come to work, your boss is telling you, well, actually, we're only gonna pay you 90% of your paycheck now. So we're only gonna give you $1 an hour, and we're gonna put you in the back room where no one can see you and knows you're here, and you can't talk to anyone. Have your dollar. That's basically what's happening right now. So as a creator, as appleminte, I'm a YouTuber currently, full-time, and I also run my online shop. I started doing YouTube full-time about August last year because I got laid off from my job. I was doing YouTube already on the side, and it started picking up for me a little bit, and I thought to myself, well, maybe this is a good opportunity to do it full-time. So I did, and I took the leap, and ever since then I've been having YouTube as my full-time job, as well as ever since that time last year as well, I started an online shop. Now, my online store is not at the place that YouTube is right now in terms of my revenue, where I can't sustain myself full-time on my shop salary yet. And that I have a lot of passion for. And if I don't have my YouTube job, well, my online store is also going to suffer. So not only will I be making nothing from YouTube, basically, but I will also have a struggle with my online store, and I'd probably have to go back to getting a regular job, therefore putting a lot more strain on me trying to manage my store, YouTube channel, and work. And honestly, because of that, you know, I need the monetary incentive to keep my YouTube channel going. And I don't want to blame YouTube because it's really the FTC, but if the FTC is going to try to kill our channels like this, because basically that's what's happening. I'm not a huge creator that makes, you know, millions a year. I'm nowhere near that. I'm just a regular person making a regular wage, and so to have that basically cut by 90%, I can't really justify the amount of time it takes to edit and create and film and plan and all that a video every week, you know, and if I'm not making any money from that and I need to go back to work to do all of it at the same time just to keep myself sustained, it's not feasible for me. So if all these changes go into effect, I really don't think I could keep my YouTube channel going, you know, maybe for a little bit, but not for much longer, because it wouldn't be good for me. So I know this video is going on very long, but I need to get to some of the important things, as in what this means for us and what we can do to combat it. But before I say that, I already hear you saying, well, Appleminte, why don't you just mark your videos as not for kids? Won't that solve the problem? You know, just tell YouTube, yeah, this video is not for kids. Well, there is a problem with that as well. For me, if I tell you that my video is not for kids, I believe that. I don't believe it's strictly for kids. I believe it's for anyone. When I say not for kids, that's what I mean. But basically, the FTC has stated that not YouTube, but us as the creators will be held liable for marking our videos correctly. And if we mark them as for kids, they just go on their way, nothing happens. But if we mark a video as not for kids, the FTC has the right to manually review our videos. And if they find that by their standards and by the COPPA law, our video is marked incorrectly, we could be fined up to $42,000.
Moving forward, content creators are more at risk than the actual platform at being fined.
Content creators are always at risk of being fined because they're and channel owners, because there we have a situation where we have a website or an online service that is directed to children. So there is a higher risk for channel owners and content creators who, after all, are creating this content. Not only can we sue Google and YouTube for compliance with COPPA, but also individual channel owners and content creators.
So I don't want to take the risk because I cannot afford a $42,000 fine. Even a $1,000 fine is a lot, you know? I feel like I'm backed into a corner. So basically, if these laws go into effect with what falls under being appealing for kids and all that, I'm screwed. And it's not just me that's screwed, but it's a lot of people that are gonna be screwed, especially us smaller creators. So, that is why I'm making today's video, because of all of this. It's very stressful. As of right now, these videos are set to go into effect January 1st is what they're saying. I hope that doesn't happen. But there is kind of a silver lining to all of this, and that is that the FTC has said that they are willing to listen to us. They are willing to hear what we have to say, take our feedback and our opinions and everything on this whole issue. Because admittedly, the FTC knows nothing about modern day YouTube and how these careers work and how everything works online. They have no clue how this works, and you can tell based on the type of rule they're trying to implement. A YouTuber that I watch named Chad Tronic, I don't know if you've watched him before, but I think he's really funny. He made a very serious video on all of this the other day, and he made a really good point that I want to share with you.
People won't comply to COPPA. They're just going to switch to making more mature content. That's what a majority of people are going to do. And that's not good, because kids aren't going away. They're going to keep crawling onto the website, and in a few years' time, the majority of content online is going to be not made with them in mind. What they might end up watching might not be appropriate for them.
It doesn't really help anyone over time. Now, YouTube has done their part. They have said that children under the age of 13 should be using their other app, YouTube Kids. A lot of people have not even heard of this, and this exists. YouTube Kids is an app that doesn't have any targeted ads on their videos, just I guess regular ads. I've not really been on the platform, but I know that a lot of the content on there is safe for kids, and it's more geared toward younger kids as far as I know. And so YouTube is doing their job. They have said that there is a separate app for kids to use and that kids should not be on the platform. Now, whether you're a kid and you're on the platform, at the end of the day, it's not my responsibility. It would be your parents' responsibility to monitor you. And if your parent says that they're fine with you being on YouTube and they're aware you're on it and they don't care that you're getting these ads, then that's fine. But if there's a parent out there that has an issue with their child watching videos and being marketed toward with targeted ads, put your kid on YouTube Kids. Do not punish the creators. And that's the problem I have with the FTC's new revision of the COPPA law. This whole change is not solving the issue of having children being on the wrong YouTube platform, where on YouTube it's for everyone. So if you're going to be on YouTube, you have to be aware of what you're getting yourself into. If there are parents out there who don't want their kids on normal YouTube, you need to put them on YouTube Kids and you won't have these issues. And so why punish everybody for the minority? I guess that's what I'm trying to say, and that's how all of this feels, and I'm sorry if any of that comes out harsh, but I feel very passionately about this, and I think it's ridiculous that they're trying to make this huge change that is really just going to end up screwing all of us over in the end, and it's not going to help anyone. It's not going to help me. It's not going to help the creators, and your favorite YouTubers, at the end of the day, a lot of them are going to go away if this happens, because they won't be able to make their videos anymore. The FTC has agreed to listen to our comments, and so I'm linking the FTC's website below in the description. If you leave a comment there, they are obligated to read it, and so please do your part, and please, if you want to save your favorite creators, maybe you don't like me, I don't care, but if you have a creator that you love, or a bunch of them that you watch, leave a comment on the FTC's website and tell them how this is going to affect you and why you think this is wrong. And there's also a petition to sign that I will also leave below to stop all of this. So please do your part is all I can ask. Share this video with anybody you might know who doesn't know about the situation, or at least doesn't know the gravity of the situation and how the extent is going to affect everybody. I know it's a lot of information, and there are a lot of other great videos out there. Like I mentioned, there's Chad Tronic's video. I will link that below. And I'm also going to link below Nerdy Crafter's video. She is in the arts and crafts community as well here. And if you don't know her, you should definitely check her out. She's really funny. And she's so great as a person. She's been our voice in the arts and crafts community this whole time. She spoke with some higher ups at YouTube and a lawyer and on the whole situation. And so she's gotten a lot of information for us artists on how this is really going to affect us. So definitely check her video out as well. I'm going to link it below in the description. Please support her and check that out. Please do your part. It's all I can ask from you guys. I really wanted to make today's video something more fun, but it's just, this is important. This needs to be talked about, and yeah, that's all I have to say for today. So thank you guys so much for watching. As always, all the links are in the description box below, and I will see you next Friday, 4 p.m. Eastern time. Have a beautiful day. Bye bye.